I'm not going to get into specifics on the players and where they're getting reps and those type of things. He's working extremely hard, like all those guys are. We're still not yet through the installations. I wouldn't really think much past that.
First team reps from Shedeur. Oh my God. Day 7 for training camp for the Cleveland Browns. Now that it's over and we're going to kind of recap a few things, I just want to go through some of the stuff that we talked about. Now, starting off camp, Kevin Stefanski was, of course, asked about the first team reps, and he had to say this, and this is what Kevin Stefanski had to say.
I'm not going to get into specifics on the players and where they're getting reps and those type of things. He's working extremely hard, like all those guys are. We're still not yet through the installation schedule. We're still just introducing 2-minute yesterday. We'll introduce some different distances today, situationally. So I wouldn't really think much past that.
So he said, don't think much past it. So like Kevin Stefanski has been one to do, he does a good job maneuvering around that conversation, around the full question there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first team reps from Shedeur Sanders. This is the first time I have proof Shedeur Sanders goes against the starting defense, completed 2 of 3 passes, and the one incompletion was broken up. Good. Hey, nah. And he finds his man Gage, right? So this is the second team offense against the first team defense. So I want to make sure when we make the narratives gets him with the 2s going up. Yep, going up against the 1 defense. Yep, there it is, confirmed. 2s go. Wait, where's it going? Why can't I go full screen with this? Oh, because I'm pressing the exit, not the full screen. Okay, so that's a real life Myles Garrett right there, ladies and gentlemen. Real life Myles Garrett. I don't know why Twitter makes it look like a potato. There's Carson Schweringer, the Wonder Kid, right? There's Mason Graham in a 4-eye, or is this a is he in a wide 3? I don't know. It looks like a 4-eye. It looks like he's wow. Is that a false start? Can we please? I get it. He's shaking in his boots. It's Myles Garrett. All right. He's a little scared. It's Myles Garrett. But I want y'all to remember Shedeur Sanders is with the second team offense going against the first team defense. So this is as hard as it. Only thing harder is if it was third against ones, right? So he's got the worst offensive line from a Cleveland Browns offense that we've seen what their offensive line does. We're in pads, 2s against 1s. There's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Not many more excuses we can come up with at this point. Pads, that is a real Myles Garrett. That's a real one. That's a Mason Graham in a scary position. Or is he outside short of this guard? And then not only that, look at some of the look at some of the heat that's been thrown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it really only looks like a 4-man. Is there someone coming? Sorry, it's a 5-man. So it's a 5-man. You're bringing Carson. You got Mason. He's actually on the guard. He's outside shore of the guard. You got Mason outside shore of the guard, and then you've got a demon over here. And then my offensive tackle is false starting because you needed it going against Mason Graham. So you false start. It don't really matter because it didn't help much. So he has to get the ball up. He moves the pocket. Hey. It's Mason Graham. Let's go ahead. Not Mason Graham. It's Myles Garrett. Let's go ahead and get this ball out, huh? How about that? That's the best idea we can do. He's coming against him, and then one of his favorite targets, Mr. Gage, comes across. And hey, man, he's been the top of his wrist. That flick at the top of his wrist has been it's been nice to see, man. It's been nice to see. So that is the first time 2s against the 1s. 2s against the 1. Dylan Sampson, 11 on 11. Now Dylan Sampson is going to be asked to do a lot of things. I think they're just thudding up. They're probably, they're not going all the way to the ground. They're thudding up, but we got a little false start there. I think this is 2s against 2s though, because this looks like a different group. Why does Twitter do this? Why does Twitter do this? I don't understand. But yeah, man, and hey, by the way, nothing amazing. It wasn't like he threw a touchdown or anything. But now he's getting those reps, mixing it up with offense and defense a lot. 1s versus 2s, 2s versus 2s. Shedeur Sanders out to Cade McDonald here. Here's another one. I think is this 2s versus 2s? No, this is versus 1s. I see Carson here. I'm going to assume this is 1 against 1. So here's Shedeur again. Little out route here. Little, yep, on Greg Newsome. Another clean little reception for 12. Hey man, what they gonna say now, man? Shedeur Sanders rolling to his right, delivers just a dot, and then Holmes. Wait, what's wrong? Why are you looking away? What you mad? Is he mad that Shedeur Sanders? Now I don't think this is against the ones, so this is fair. This is another set of 11 on 11 though. He's gonna find some time. Again, the guy that always drifts in the pocket. Guess what happens? Oh my God, that spin was lethal. His right tackle gets absolutely okay, this is a phenomenal spin. I want y'all to know from a technical aspect. Oh my God. Yo. I'm gonna slow this shit down. Yo. Half speed. This get him some first team reps. Look at this. Boy, he don't know what happened. He getting ready to throw. Wait a minute. Put that foot in the ground. I'm looking. They said I couldn't run. They said I couldn't do it. How about I deliver Say girl. Dipping dots. Put it up there for him. That's contested, son. Rolling. Now, it's a little wobbly. But rolling right, evading pressure, give him a chance, and this dude is upset about it. Why are you looking at me? Officially got some more 11 on 11 here. This time, Mr. Dylan Gabriel, I think he's going against the twos, it looks like. Let's see what he got here. He's looking left. A little screen. Okay, mid-screen. Yeah! Oh, he didn't touch. Okay, so there's two things, right? If this would have been a touchdown, this would probably be his only touchdown of the day. This would have been nasty. If he was the only one to throw a touchdown, people like Dylan Gabriel throws a touchdown. It's a middle screen, which is I like the play design. So this is fire. You got or is this a switch screen? Where's he lined up? Looks like boom, right up the middle, and I'm out of there. But the other thing is, you gotta score that, dog. Come on, dog. We gotta score that though, right? We have to score that. So this ain't really nothing. It's just a little screen. Just a little screen pass. Here is that Dylan Gabriel touchdown though that apparently Mr. Gage, and he has just been a delight for everybody. He's been a favorite for Dylan Gabriel. He's been a favorite for oh my God, they're one. Okay. So yeah. It looked like Dylan Gabriel threw a touchdown, but mind you, that boy Gage started from way back here. That was like a 3-yard reception. He took people's ankles. People was shaking. People was baking. Shout out to Gage, dog, because he gonna make that team. Him and Luke. They gonna break somebody's ankles until they on that team, dog. They going crazy. Great play design also by the offensive coordinator. Dope wrinkles we're seeing. We're seeing double tight end sets. We're seeing tight end slip screens from Harold Fannin. They're getting Harold Fannin involved a lot. And then Gage, of course, who has just been a safety blanket seemingly for both of the young quarterbacks, keeps making plays, keeps making people look silly. It's a great time. It's an absolute great time. When you think about the value at this point, the Browns are, we don't know if that new cornerback that just went into the medical tent as I record this, we don't know if he's out for the season. We lose Jock, right? You lose, what's it called? Obviously, Jordan Hicks to retirement. You lose Emery as well, right? Like these are, you're starting cornerback. You're losing 2 corners within a day, potentially. You lost multiple linebackers. And it's not that I don't like Dylan Gabriel. It's that Dylan Gabriel was mocked in the 5th and 4th round, and 3rd round players typically give you value. So I don't understand. I guess y'all thought y'all were up because we got we already got our 2 second rounders that should be great value. But this is why teams like Philadelphia win Super Bowls and continue to go back to them, because they bolster what they're great at. They double down. They don't shy away from the advantage to say, hey, on paper, our defense is good, but how about we make it even more suffocating? How about instead of just relying on Myles Garrett in a brand new shiny piece, in Mason Graham and Carson Schweringer. Add four more. Add a bunch of more. Add some depth pieces. You know what I'm saying? If that's what we're gonna do, if I'm gonna put this much money into Myles Garrett, I probably want him to be able to rest and still have our defense to be effective instead of just putting everything on him. Get some cheap rookie contracts in the third round. But no, now best case scenario, you have the backup of the future, right? Because y'all have 2 picks next round. So I don't know, man. That's day 7 for training camp for the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'm probably going to start it just where I started with the Kevin Stefanski video, right opening up. But now that it's over and we're going to kind of recap a few things, I just want to go through some of the stuff that we talked about. Now, starting off camp, Kevin Stefanski was, of course, asked about the first team reps, and he had to say this.
Specifics on the players and where they're getting reps and those type of things. He's working extremely hard, like all those guys are. We're still not yet through the installation schedule. We're still just introducing 2-minute yesterday. We'll introduce some different distances today, situationally. So I wouldn't really think much past that.
And to our surprise, Kevin Stefanski was absolutely right, as Shedeur Sanders today got not just one, he didn't get ones. He actually got something that if we're counting reps and we're counting stats, if we talk about difficulty, right? He did something that was more difficult because he was with the 2 offense going against the ones. Now that was in an effort, as Kevin Stefanski makes some things up. Mary Kay Cabot does report and says Shedeur Sanders got his first reps against the first team defense in camp, working with the second team offense in 11-on-11s. He went 2 for 3 in that period. So there is not a lot more. Yesterday or last 2 days, I was like, hey, look, perfect day. Then he has the touchdowns. Then Gabriel's throwing interceptions. There are literally no more excuses for Shedeur Sanders, right? And you probably saw I put the beginning of me reacting to each clip and talking about it. But at this point, I just kind of want to wrap it up and say, what's the excuse? He hasn't been with the first offense. Like that's at this point, that is the only thing he's done. Now, I also want to point something out too. I want to put this right here because somebody commented on the last video. They're like, why didn't you show, Shedeur Sanders getting sacked at the end of the period? Well, I didn't have it. But what I did have was, Daniel. And I read that Shedeur Sanders did in fact get sacked. And similarly, Shedeur Sanders wraps up practice from Daniel with a set of plays from 11-on-11. First play was an impressive pass, which I'm about to show you. We already looked at it, but we're going to look at it again, to Kissian Johnson while rolling to his right. Drive ended with a 4th down pass that sailed and complete. So again, this wasn't a perfect day. This wasn't an elite day by any regards. And as you can see, Dillon Gabriel did throw the lone touchdown of the day. But like we talked about, to be honest, it should have been 2. But in all honesty, it's really because that bad man Gage decided to make some people miss, break some ankles, send somebody back to the dang medical center and waltz into the end zone. So no disrespect to Dillon Gabriel. He did throw some good balls off of his, back legs. He handled pressure decently. If we're counting sacks, I think Dillon Gabriel might have been clotheslined a few times, but other than that, it is what it is. But I do want to point out, probably while I'm recording this, Shedeur and Dillon are probably staying late. And then also Shedeur Sanders getting in early. This is something he did yesterday. He's doing it today. And I keep the theme of everything is take advantage, right? I have yet to say Shedeur Sanders deserves to start. I have not. That's not me. Y'all better go watch them AI accounts. I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders is the greatest person to ever breathe. I'm not saying, oh my God, what I'm saying is that he's clearly a 1st or 2nd round talent, right? Y'all wouldn't have said that if he wasn't mocked there. Dillon Gabriel was mocked where? The 5th and 4th round. That's not me making it up. That's not me being biased. That's me watching football and looking at the mock drafts and looking at where their values, their skills, and how they were happening, right? And how everything's happened. So I'm not surprised that Shedeur Sanders did good against the 2s, thrown the most touchdowns, looks the most accurate, right? Is able to handle pressure, which was the big thing that we saw today. Was the defensive coordinator was not just throwing no Mickey Mouse at him. There was 7 mans. I think yesterday or 2 days ago, there were 7 mans, 6 mans. Shedeur was throwing over Myles Garrett today. Like this is being baptized by fire. So the excuses are gone. The asterisks are gone. I really we're at a moment in time where I can't be surprised that Shedeur is thriving because I told y'all he was going to do it. I mean, we knew what it was supposed to look like. We saw what it looked like. So I'm not going to sit here and be surprised. I'm not going to jump up and down. I'm not going to be whatever. I think he's finally getting the first team reps that he owed, that he was owed to begin with, right? And he's going to continue to shine and continue to show why he should be in that place. It's as simple as that for me. Continuing on, though. Talked about this context. Just look at the reaction though, right? Like, when you start getting these reactions from these aggregate accounts and stuff like that, like, oh, wait, we don't have to on Shedeur anymore. We can be positive about Shedeur when it's convenient, right? When he's the two who's going against the first team. And again, like I said, he had a pass sale. He did hold the ball. Well, I mean, it was a coverage sack. Them boys was covered the other time. He had a coverage sack. He's not perfect. He didn't have a perfect day. Today wasn't a perfect day. But I do have to say, oof. He shined when he needed to shine. And he made some things happen. Again, we saw him against Myles Garrett. Here he is, man. That audio is terrible, dog. We saw him against Myles Garrett. Here he is, finding a way, nasty spin, rolling right. I mean, that spin was nasty. Finds a dot. Now, could have been thrown a little more, sure. It could have been better placement, but the ball got out there. And for somebody who was another thing, which I don't know where this came up, another big thing that people started to like get on Shedeur about was, oh, well, he can't move in the pocket. He's not fast. I think he did. He's throwing on the run, making it happen, right? And really dotting it up. And again, that dude turning around. I'm sorry, this is so funny. Why? What happened, man? What happened when the ball got caught? Was you had to look back? Were you checking for? Come on, man. We gotta be honest, man. We gotta be really, really honest with ourselves. So I think we already checked out those few extra plays. I did like this a lot. Harold Fannin slip screen. I thought, again, this should have been a touchdown for Dylan Gabriel. I should have just go ahead and finish this thing off. But all in all, a great day. And just to see some different stuff. I don't think Dylan Gabriel looked the worst. He didn't throw a pick, threw a touchdown, did what we need to do. Shedeur's out there getting work in early. Was it a best completion percentage again? I'm not surprised. 2s against the 1s. There's nothing else that you can say about Shedeur. You can't say he's going to the third team anymore. You can't say the pads aren't on. You can't say this, that, the other thing. He's making it happen. He's making it happen against one of the better defensive players in the league with the pads on in real life. So I don't know what to tell you, dog. But you let me know how you feel about Shedeur Sanders and his battle for QB1. Finally, it's the first team reps. Deserved, not deserved. Y'all let me know down below. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you like football content. We'll see you next time, all right? Keep being great. Peace.